A lot of NFL this week. Aaron Rodgers, we think, transitioning eventually to the New York Jets. Lamar Jackson's contract, it's on hold. We don't know what they're doing. The New England Patriots, so popular, so discussed, and then Tom Brady left. Where are they now? Ben Volin, Patriots writer for the Globe for years, covered the league for 15. So they brought in JuJu Smith-Schuster, and my takeaway was this is what they used to do to other teams. They'd bring a guy in a short contract, incentive-laden, he hits, they let him go. JuJu tends to be, brand obsessed. I mean, our government may get rid of the TikTok, so I don't know where that stands, but he's been a guy that's been distracted. He doesn't separate from others. My takeaway is signing him to a 3-year deal. Kansas City pulled a Patriot. Incentives, productive, see ya. Little surprised at all by JuJu Smith's contract and the length of it?
Yeah, let the other team pay him the real contract, which
right.
The Patriots did. And that's the new reality for the Patriots. It was just 2 years ago that they went out and bought a whole bunch of free agents. Hunter Henry, JuJu Smith, Nelson Aguilar, Matthew Judon. Judon was great. Henry's okay. The other guys didn't really work out so well. But this is the Patriots' reality now in the post-Tom Brady era. They have to be the highest bidder to get some of these free agents, and their drafting hasn't been great, so they've needed to go out and sign these free agents. I like the Smith-Schuster signing. I think it is an upgrade over Jacoby Myers. Gives you a little more physicality, a little more quickness, yards after the catch ability than what Myers provided you for a few years. But you're taking a risk, of course, with the chemistry and can JuJu Smith-Schuster get on board with the Patriots offense quickly? That's been a problem here in New England in the past. So there's some risk. My overall takeaway, Colin, is I like the move, but if this is it, then the Patriots are in trouble because this is not the move that the Patriots really need, which is to get an elite number one receiver, sign someone like Odell Beckham Jr. or make a big trade for a Jerry Jeudy or a T. Higgins. They need to go get a game breaker. I like Smith-Schuster. I like going out getting Mike Gesicki. I think they have some good pieces. I still think they're missing that game breaker on offense.
By the way, has there been any disconnect, Belichick and Robert Kraft? Let's just be honest. Kraft was always closer to Brady. They don't win as much without Brady. Is there a little disconnect?
I do think you've seen a little bit of the disconnect crop up this offseason. And I don't know if it's disconnect as much as it is Robert Kraft and the Kraft family kind of taking control. And I think you're seeing that the Bill O'Brien hire. Rob Gronkowski had an interesting comment last week where he kept saying they paid him head coach money, Bill O'Brien, to get him to come and be offensive coordinator. That's only a decision that the owner is making to pay him the big contract. And the last time they did that was with Josh McDaniels to get him to not go to the Colts. That was another owner decision. You saw the Patriots. They released a letter the day after the season from the Krafts to all the season ticket holders saying no one is satisfied and we're going to re-examine all aspects of the organization. They announced via press release that, yes, we're going to be interviewing and hiring a real offensive coordinator this year. No more of this Matt Patricia experiment. And they go out and get Bill O'Brien, who I believe was more of an ownership decision than a Bill Belichick decision. So I think what you're seeing is the Krafts rolling up their sleeves and taking charge a little bit more this offseason. And Belichick, look, we all have bosses. We all have people we have to answer to. And I think he doesn't really want to go anywhere. So I think that's kind of the dynamic that you're seeing right now in New England.
It's interesting, Ben. Belichick, and he deserves credit, but he foisted on these average young quarterbacks in division forever. Well, now he can't even force Josh Allen to punt. Tua has played well against him, and Aaron Rodgers would be a game changer. Is that not only did he lose Brady, but there's stability or excellence between the coaches and the quarterbacks, which there wasn't for 20 years. The Jets were in chaos. Rex Ryan years, the exception. That this happens all the time in business. It happens in other sports. Is that the culture's changed. They don't get value on guys because Brady's not there. So guys don't take pay cuts. They overspend, not get value. And frankly, they may, if Aaron Rodgers signs, have the least talented quarterback in now a quarterback league. Like, the world's changed, and it's very obvious, right? That from the outside, that's what it feels like. A cultural shift in the sport and in the division, and they're now fourth in a lot of areas, like offensive skill people.
Colin, I think you're right on. And My colleague Dan Shaughnessy has a phrase. He always said that the Patriots would just beat up on the tomato cans of the AFC East. The Dolphins, the Bills, the Jets. For nearly 20 years, those franchises just couldn't get it right. At quarterback, you mentioned the Rex Ryan years in New York. That was about it. Otherwise, Tom Brady and Belichick were like 32-3 against the Buffalo Bills, just constantly beating up on these teams who could never find a quarterback and never figure out the real answer. And I don't think it's that bad for the Patriots, but they have become the tomato can the last couple of years. You've said it. They can't force Josh Allen to punt. Now they're going to have to face Aaron Rodgers and the Jets twice this year, assuming the trade goes through. And I think that makes the Jets very dangerous because they, I think, had an excellent roster and a very good defense, especially. And now you have Aaron Rodgers. And then, Tua, I still think there's something for him to prove. But that offense, you can't deny the production they had last year. And I think the Patriots are looking at a scenario right now where they probably have the worst quarterback in the division in Mac Jones. And this is a huge prove-it year now for Mac coming up in year 3. He's got a real offensive coordinator in Bill O'Brien. I do believe they're kind of upgrading the weapons around him, though, like I said, I'd like to see another receiver come in for the Patriots. But Mac Jones, I think now it's all on him, and he's got a lot to prove that he is capable of leading the Patriots and being a franchise quarterback, and not just make the playoffs, but make the Patriots really competitive with the other teams in their division, which suddenly is looking like the toughest division in football.
You used to cover the Florida Gators and the Dolphins. Miami again takes Braxton Berrios from the Jets. They go get Jalen Ramsey. It is a star-driven town. Ramsey's a big hit. It's a distracted beach town. It's an event town, so stars do matter there. What did you make of that move for Ramsey? Did it feel like a Dolphin move to you?
Yeah, well, just because they're all in. And I love that the Dolphins are all in. I thought they took the tanking thing too far under Brian Flores, where they really tore the team down to the studs and collected all these draft picks. You don't necessarily have to go that far in today's NFL. So I love seeing them do the opposite. They realize they've got a short window here with Tua on a cheap contract. They've got, Tyreek Hill and Waddle and all these guys. Like, let's strike now. So I love going out and getting Jalen Ramsey. And the defensive coordinator, too, Vic Fangio. I think that's a tremendous hire for them. The Dolphins, their defense was only middle of the pack last year, maybe even a little bit worse than that. So to get one of the better defensive coordinators out there, to get a shutdown corner, Jalen Ramsey, Xavier Howard, I still think those are two of the best in the NFL. Love what the Dolphins are doing. They're going all in. They're striking while it's hot. Draft picks don't mean as much for them right now, going for it. And it's the total opposite of what they were doing just a few years ago. So good to see them finally going for it.
Ben Volin covers the Patriots. Boston Globe covered this league since 2007. Good seeing you again on a Friday. Have a nice wintry weekend, bud. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.